Strategic thinking is not a gift, it's a skill you can develop over time. It's the ability to step back and look at your life from a broader perspective, rather than reacting to what's immediately in front of you. While most people spend their days solving problems as they arise, strategic thinkers focus on long-term success. They don't just think about the next move, they think 5, 10, or 20 moves ahead. They ask themselves, where do I want to be in 5 years? Rather than, what should I do today? This shift in mindset is what separates those who react to life from those who actively design it. When you learn to think strategically, you unlock the ability to shape your destiny. The first step to thinking strategically is knowing yourself deeply. Successful people don't just know what they're good at, they understand why they succeed and where they falter. This isn't about self-criticism, it's about gaining clarity on your strengths and weaknesses, your opportunities, and the threats that could hold you back. Start by analyzing past successes. What patterns do you see? Were your victories due to persistence, creativity, or a strategic approach? Then, turn your attention to failures and challenges not as mistakes, but as valuable data. Each setback holds the key to your current strategy. Understanding this allows you to align your decisions with your strengths, correct your weaknesses, and avoid repeating the same errors in the future. Your future isn't something that just happens to you, it's something you can design. Too many people float through life without a clear direction, hoping success will somehow come. Strategic thinkers, however, begin with the end in mind. Picture where you want to be in 5 or 10 years. Not just in terms of career or financial success, but in terms of your personal growth, relationships, and well-being. Don't stop there. Work backward from that vision. What needs to be true 1 year from now? 6 months from now, what steps must you take to make that future a reality? This type of vision isn't about predicting the exact future, it's about setting a direction. When you have a clear vision, every decision you make, from the job you take to the skills you develop, becomes easier because you know it's aligned with your long-term goals. The environment you create for yourself is one of the most powerful tools in strategic thinking. Your surroundings, whether physical, digital, or social, play a major role in shaping your decisions and actions. Most people try to use sheer willpower to stick to their goals, but strategic thinkers design their environments to support success. For example, if you want to read more, place a book on your pillow. If you want to exercise, leave your gym clothes ready for the next day. But this isn't just about physical space. Your social circle, daily routines, and even your digital environment, like your phone apps, all affect your ability to achieve your goals. The key is to structure these environments so that good choices are the easiest ones to make. Once you design your life with this level of intention, success becomes much less about effort and more about default choices. Most people view resources as something to be spent, but strategic thinkers see them as something to be multiplied. Time, energy, skills, and relationships are all resources that can grow over time. The way you use these resources can either lead to abundance or scarcity. For example, when you invest time in learning new skills, you don't just add one more ability, you create the capacity to learn even more, exponentially increasing your potential. The same goes for your energy. Strategic thinkers don't just focus on working harder, they focus on working smarter, making sure every ounce of energy is directed toward their goals. Resources don't just sit in your bank account or calendar, they compound. The more effectively you manage them, the more you'll have at your disposal in the future. Most people try to avoid risk at all costs, but strategic thinkers understand that risk is often a gateway to growth. In fact, risk isn't something to be feared. It's an opportunity to create rewards that far outweigh the potential downsides. The key is recognizing the difference between smart risks and foolish risks. Smart risks are those where the potential upside is much greater than the potential downside. A simple example is learning a new skill. The worst-case scenario is that you waste a little time, but the best-case scenario is that you transform your career or life. Strategic thinkers don't avoid uncertainty. They embrace it because they know it's where opportunity lies. They also know how to manage uncertainty, creating backup plans that can lead to success no matter what happens. Strategic learning is a multiplier. When you learn with purpose, you not only acquire new knowledge, but you also create connections between ideas that can transform the way you think. Many people chase random skills without any clear direction, but strategic learners focus on mastering meta skills, skills that make learning other skills easier. For example, learning how to think systematically or how to spot patterns can make learning anything else faster and more effective. This doesn't just make you more knowledgeable, it makes you exponentially better at learning and adapting. In a world that's changing rapidly, this ability to adapt and continuously grow is your greatest advantage. Strategic thinking is a mindset and a system for designing the life you want. It's about thinking ahead, seeing the bigger picture, and making decisions that align with your long-term goals. By understanding yourself, creating a clear vision, designing your environment, optimizing your resources, managing risks, and embracing strategic learning, you can shift from a reactive life to a proactive, purposeful one. Every decision you make, every action you take, compounds over time. By thinking strategically, you can become the designer of your own future, creating the life you truly desire. Start now. Your life is the most important project you'll ever work on.